Right. This method is called determination of soil texture in the field, FIELD. The common field method of determining the texture of a soil is by its feel, FEEL. The following simple tests should be done on moistened soil samples. Accuracy of a field test of soil texture depends very much on experience. So the first thing we're going to do is to squeeze the moistened soil in the hand. So I'm going to take a sample of soil. I'm going to use a hard surface like a board, and I'm going to get a moistened sample of the soil. Sample feels a little too sticky. Alright, it feels a little too sticky, so I'm going to get it up to the correct moisture content. When you're adding the soil, add very small. When you're adding the moisture to the soil, the water, add very small amounts. Right, so we're looking at something that is going to give me some form of roll. So this consistency should be good. See it? So I will feel the soil, and this is one of the tests to see how it feels. I'm rolling it between the fingers. I am rubbing the soil between my fingers. It has a smooth feel with 1 or 2 grains of sand in it. A smooth feel with 1 or 2 grains of sand in it. If the sand does not cohere or stick together, if it does not stick together, it's sand. If the soil just cohere, it is sand. If the soil coheres well or very well, it could be a loam, a silt, or clay. So we move on. We're looking at this third one here. It coheres well or very well. Cohere means sticking together. Roll the soil between the fingers. The soil does not tend to form a worm. It is a loamy sand. So it formed a worm. So this is out. The soil tends to form a worm but breaks during rolling. That does not happen. That is out. What you need to do in this case is to feel it to determine these. So we eliminate this. If the soil rolls out, bend the worm into a circle. This is what we did. The worm does not bend into a circle here. This is out because the worm bent into a circle. The worm does not bend. Rub soil between the thumb and the forefinger. If it has a gritty feel, it is a sand, clay, loam. A smooth feel with a matte surface, a clay loam. A smooth feel with a shiny surface, a silty clay loam. Alright? Does not bend means it does not form a smooth surface, so it has some little cracks in it. This is what we are seeing here. I felt it. It has a shiny surface. It had some cracks on the surface. Alright, let's go down a little lower to make sure that we are on the right track. The worm bends but tend to break. No. Gritty feel. No. Smooth feel with a matte surface. There's a light clay. Smooth feel with a shiny surface, a silty clay. Alright, so it has a worm bends but tends to break. Tends to break means have little cracks on the surface. Alright, it had a somewhat smooth feel with a, to me it's a shiny surface. The surface was somewhat shiny at that point in time. It has a shiny surface. So I would conclude it is a silty clay. My conclusion. Alright, if we look down here, worm bends easily, it forms a clay. It's called a clay. So in my conclusion, the soil that I've tested was a silty clay. Alright, when they say worm bends but tend to break, that means it bends but you have breaks on the surface of it. That's the meaning of it. You see it's breaking here. You're not seeing it here, but there's some breakage here. Look at my soil sample. There's some breakage here. It bends, but it tends to break. So my conclusion is this sample of soil is a silty clay. On this side you see the little cracks. In conclusion, you will be collecting samples of soil from different localities in your compound or near to where you live, in your area. Your soil sample will give a different result to what my soil sample gives. So follow the handout that is given to you and determine your soil textural type in the area you have collected the soil.